Let me tell you something. Life is going to test you. It will push you, stretch you, break you just to see what you're made of. And in that moment, when the pressure is on, when your back is against the wall, you have two choices. You can panic or you can breathe. The most dangerous thing in the world, a man or woman who remains calm under pressure. Because when you're calm, you can think. When you're calm, you can see clearly. And when you see clearly, you can win. A strong mind is not one that never faces storms, but one that remains steady through them. Strength isn't about avoiding problems. It's about facing them with clarity, focus, and control. Think about the ocean. On the surface, waves crash violently, storms rage, and chaos unfolds. But deep beneath, stillness, calm, power. That's the kind of mind you need to build. Life is unpredictable. It will throw challenges your way. Unexpected losses, disappointments, setbacks that shake your confidence. You can't control the world, but you can control how you respond to it. A calm mind doesn't mean a passive mind. It means a prepared mind. It means training yourself to think before you react, to pause before you panic, to process before you explode. When pressure builds, most people crack. They get overwhelmed, emotional, irrational. But the ones who master their minds, they stay composed. They take a step back, breathe, and make decisions from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. That's real power, because in the heat of the moment, it's not the loudest or the fastest that wins. It's the one who keeps their cool. So train your mind, because the strongest person in the room isn't the one who shouts the loudest or moves the fastest. It's the one who stays calm, thinks clearly, and makes the right move no matter what's happening around them. Life will throw chaos your way. That's a guarantee. Unexpected problems, difficult people, situations that seem unfair. You can't stop the storms from coming, but you can decide how you handle them. That's the real power, your reaction. Most people, they react on impulse. Someone insults them, they snap back. Things don't go their way, they get frustrated, lose control, let emotions take over. But here's the truth. Emotions make terrible decision makers. When you react out of anger, fear, or frustration, you give away your power. You let the situation control you instead of the other way around. But when you train yourself to stay calm, everything changes. The same storm that shakes others won't move you. Instead of reacting, you respond. Instead of making emotional, rushed decisions, you step back, analyze, and choose the best course of action. That's the difference between people who stay stuck in problems and those who rise above them. When you master your reactions, you master your life. Someone disrespects you, you don't let their words dictate your peace. A setback happens, you don't waste time complaining, you focus on finding a solution. Every moment you stay calm, you gain an advantage, because in a world where most people react without thinking, the one who stays in control is the one who wins. Emotions are powerful. They can lift you up or tear you down. They can fuel your greatest achievements or lead to your biggest regrets. But here's the truth. If you don't control your emotions, they will control you. Most people go through life being led by how they feel in the moment. If they're angry, they lash out. If they're frustrated, they give up. If they're afraid, they hesitate. And because of that, they stay stuck, trapped in a cycle of impulsive decisions and regret. But the ones who learn to master their emotions, they don't let temporary feelings dictate permanent outcomes. It doesn't mean you don't feel anger, sadness, or frustration. It means you don't let those emotions drive your actions. You acknowledge them, but you don't act on them without thinking. Instead of reacting instantly, you take a step back, breathe, and choose the response that serves you best. That's the key, learning to respond instead of reacting. Think about the most successful, respected people in any field. They don't make decisions based on emotions. They stay composed under pressure. They don't let a bad day make them quit, a rude comment make them lose their cool, or a single failure make them stop. They understand that emotions are temporary, but the consequences of their actions are long-lasting. So if you want to succeed, if you want to be strong, focused, and in control, you must learn to master your emotions. Because the moment you do, you stop being a slave to the world around you and start becoming the master of your own destiny. Your perspective shapes your reality. The way you see a situation determines how you respond to it. When life challenges you, you have two choices. You can see yourself as a victim, asking, why is this happening to me? Or you can shift your mindset and ask, what is this trying to teach me? That one shift changes everything. Most people allow problems to make them feel powerless. They see obstacles as unfair burdens, setbacks as personal attacks, and difficulties as reasons to quit. But those who train their minds to stay calm and focused, they don't see problems as roadblocks. They see them as lessons, as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by avoiding challenges. They got there by facing them head on and learning from every struggle. Every failure taught them something. Every rejection made them tougher. Every setback forced them to adapt. Instead of complaining about difficulties, they use them as stepping stones to something greater. When something goes wrong, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Because the truth is, life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every tough moment is a chance to prove your strength. And when you adopt that mindset, no situation can shake you. The world doesn't break the strong, it reveals them. And if you train your mind to shift your perspective to see every difficulty as an opportunity, you become unstoppable. In every situation, there is a moment, just a small gap between what happens and how you respond. That moment is where your power lies. Most people don't use it. They let emotions take over, reacting immediately without thinking. But those who train their minds to stay calm, they master that moment. And the simplest, most powerful way to do that, breathe. When something triggers you, when anger rises, when fear kicks in, when frustration takes hold, the best thing you can do is pause. Take a deep breath. That single breath creates space between impulse and action. It stops you from saying something you'll regret, from making a rash decision, from letting the situation control you. It puts you back in charge. Think about the greatest athletes, the strongest leaders, the most disciplined minds. They don't react impulsively, they respond deliberately. When tension rises, they don't rush, they breathe, center themselves, and act with clarity. Because they understand that in chaos, the calmest person has the advantage. Breathing before you react doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. It keeps you from feeding unnecessary conflict. It stops small problems from becoming bigger ones. It allows you to assess the situation with a clear mind instead of an emotional one. So the next time life tries to shake you, don't react immediately. Breathe first. Because that breath, it might be the difference between regret and wisdom, between losing control and mastering the moment. Your mind is like a battlefield, and every day a war is being fought between discipline and impulse. If you don't train your mind, impulses will win every time. You'll react without thinking, make emotional decisions, and let distractions pull you away from your goals. But when you build discipline over impulse, you take control of your life. Think about a soldier in battle. They don't move without strategy. They don't fire without thinking. They don't let fear dictate their actions. They are trained to stay focused, to move with purpose, to control their instincts rather than be controlled by them. That's the mindset you need to develop. In life, distractions will come. Emotions will rise. Stress, frustration, fear, they will try to pull you off track. But you must discipline your mind to stay steady. Train yourself to pause before you act, to think before you speak, to choose long-term success over short-term comfort. Discipline means not allowing a bad moment to ruin your entire day. It means not letting anger push you into saying something you can't take back. It means not allowing fear to stop you from taking the steps needed to grow. It's about making the right choice, even when the wrong one feels easier. Impulse is temporary, regret lasts longer. But discipline builds strength. It gives you the ability to stay calm under pressure, to control your reactions, to move with wisdom instead of emotion. And when you master discipline, you master your life. Your mind is the command center of your life. What happens on the inside reflects on the outside. If your mind is chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your thoughts are scattered, your decisions will be scattered. But if you train your mind to be steady, focused, and calm, your entire world shifts. Most people live in a state of reaction. They allow external events to dictate their mood, their energy, and their decision. If things go wrong, they panic. If someone upsets them, they lose control. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from the absence of problems. It comes from mastering your mind despite them. When you control your mind, you control your reality. You don't let negativity shake you. You don't let stress consume you. You don't allow circumstances to dictate your emotions. Instead, you become the eye of the storm, calm, steady, and unshaken, no matter what's happening around you. The key to mastering your mind is training it daily. Just like a muscle, the more you work on it, the stronger it becomes. Meditation, deep breathing, intentional thinking, these are tools to sharpen your mental state. The more you practice stillness, the more natural it becomes. And when you reach that level, nothing can break you. Because a truly powerful person isn't the one who has no problems. It's the one who remains calm, focused, and in control no matter what comes their way. Life will knock you down. That's not a possibility, it's a guarantee. You will face setbacks, disappointments, failures that make you question everything. But here's the truth. Setbacks are not the end of your story. They are setups for comebacks. And the only difference between those who stay down and those who rise, mindset. Most people see failure as a stop sign. They take one hit and give up. They let one rejection, one loss, or one bad moment define them. But the strongest minds, the ones that win in life, don't see setbacks as roadblocks. They see them as fuel. They take every failure, every mistake, every hardship, and use it to get better, sharper, and stronger. Think about the most successful people in history. They weren't handed success. They faced losses, rejections, and moments where everything seemed to be falling apart. But instead of breaking, they rebuilt. Instead of quitting, they adapted. Every setback was a lesson. Every failure was a step forward because they understood one thing. The comeback is always greater than the setback. When you train your mind to be calm in every situation, you develop resilience. You don't let emotions take over. You don't dwell on what went wrong. You take a deep breath, analyze the situation, and focus on what you can do. Because in the end, setbacks only defeat those who let them. So the next time life knocks you down, don't stay there. Get up, regroup, adjust your strategy, and come back stronger. Because the people who win in life, they are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who refuse to stay down. Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every insult needs a response. Not every situation requires you to prove a point. Real strength isn't about reacting to everything. It's about knowing when to stay silent, when to walk away, and when to keep your energy for something bigger. Most people waste their energy on things that don't matter. They argue over nonsense. They react to every bit of negativity. They let small things ruin their mood. But those who train their minds to be calm, they understand that silence is power. When someone disrespects you, your immediate reaction might be to fire back. But what does that really accomplish? Does it elevate you? Does it move you forward? Or does it just pull you into negativity that drains your energy and focus? Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means control. It means you're choosing peace over pointless battles. It means you value your energy too much to waste it on things beneath you. Think of the most powerful people in the world. They don't react emotionally. They don't engage in unnecessary fights. They observe, they calculate, and they move with intention. Because they know that the person who stays calm is the one who holds the real power. The next time someone tries to drag you into drama, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this matter in a week, in a year? If the answer is no, walk away. Let your silence be your strength. Because true power isn't in proving a point. It's in knowing you don't have to. A strong mind isn't built in a single moment. It's built through consistency. Just like You don't get physically strong by working out once. You don't develop mental toughness by staying calm just one time. It's something you train every single day in the small moments, in the quiet decisions, in the way you choose to respond to life over and over again. Most people think that staying calm under pressure is just a personality trait, something you either have or don't. But that's not true. It's a skill. And like any skill, it takes practice. If you let little things bother you every day, you can't expect to be unshaken when something big happens. But if you train yourself, if you practice patient self-control and emotional discipline in the small moments, you build a foundation of strength that carries you through the storms. It starts with the little things. When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you let it ruin your mood? When something unexpected happens, do you react immediately or do you take a breath and assess? Every small moment is an opportunity to train your mind, to practice being calm, to reinforce the habit of control. Consistency is what separates those who break under pressure from those who rise above it. It's not about being perfect. It's about making the right choice more often than not. It's about catching yourself when you start to slip and choosing discipline over impulse, patience over frustration, wisdom over reaction. So don't wait for a crisis to train your mind. Start now. Start with the little things. Because when you make calmness a habit, when you practice it daily, it becomes second nature. And when the big tests come, you'll be ready, not because you've never faced pressure, but because you've prepared for it every single day. Your environment shapes your mindset. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, the conversations you engage in, these all have a direct impact on your ability to stay calm and in control. If you are constantly around negativity, drama, and chaos, it will be nearly impossible to develop a peaceful and disciplined mind. But if you are intentional about what you allow into your life, you create the space needed for clarity, focus, and growth. Most people don't realize how much their surroundings influence their thoughts. If you're always listening to negativity, your mind will default to negativity. If you're always surrounded by people who react emotionally, you'll start to do the same. But the ones who train their minds to stay calm, they protect their mental space like it's their most valuable asset. They are careful about who they let in their circle, what conversations they engage in, and what energy they allow to influence them. Think about the strongest, most focused individuals. They are not easily distracted by nonsense. They don't waste their energy on gossip, arguments, or negativity. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, uplift them, and push them to be better. They consume content that inspires growth. They protect their peace because they know their mental strength depends on it. If you want to build a calm and unshakable mind, take a hard look at what you're allowing into your space. Who are you spending time with? What are you watching, listening to, and engaging in daily? Is it helping you grow or is it draining your energy? Protect your mind. Guard your peace because in the end, the strongest minds are not just the ones that can stay calm in the storm. They're the ones that don't invite unnecessary storms into their lives in the first place. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one simple truth. You are in control of your mind, or your mind is in control of you. There is no in between. The way you think, the way you react, the way you handle pressure, these are not random traits. They are habits. And the good news, habits can be built. Too many people go through life as prisoners of their own emotions. They let stress, fear, and frustration dictate their decisions. They react instead of responding. They get thrown off by every challenge, every inconvenience, every unexpected twist. But the ones who train their minds, they don't live like that. They don't give their power away. They take full responsibility for their thoughts, their emotions, and their reactions. Mastering your mind doesn't mean you'll never feel anger, fear, or stress. It means those emotions don't control you. It means that when pressure rises, you remain steady. When life throws a curveball, you adapt instead of panic. When others lose their heads, you keep yours. That's real strength. That's real power. So the question is, who's in control? You or your emotions? You or the chaos around you? Because if you don't train your mind, the world will train it for you. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice. Every difficult moment is a chance to build your resilience. Every test you face is either making you weaker or making you stronger. It all depends on how you respond. The choice is yours. Train your mind. Stay calm. Stay in control.